Hey there, my name is Yana and welcome to my channel. Today I've prepared a highly requested video comparing two major English proficiency exams, CELPIP and IELTS. If this is your first time here, I'm an English teacher with over 10 years of experience and a holder of numerous international certificates, including TESOL, TKT, CAE, IELTS, TOEFL, and CELPIP instructor training, among others. I love taking exams and challenging myself, so I'm excited to share my insights with you. Many of my students are now in Canada and need to prove their English proficiency to get permanent residence. They often ask, which exams should I choose? Which one is easier? How do they compare? If you are struggling with these questions, this video is for you. I'll discuss the test format, duration, availability, scoring, and preparation for both exams. And I'll share my personal opinion based on my extensive experience with international exams. Let's get started. First, what are CELPIP and IELTS? CELPIP, or the Canadian English Language Proficiency Index program, is a test designed to assess your English skills for Canadian immigration and citizenship purposes. IELTS, or International English Language Testing System, is widely accepted worldwide for immigration, education, and professional purposes. A crucial factor to consider is the acceptance of these exams. CELPIP is primarily accepted by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada for permanent residency and citizenship applications. It's specifically designed to meet Canadian standards, but it's also accepted by Canadian professional organizations, colleges, universities and employers. You can find a complete list on their official website. IELTS is recognized globally, accepted by over 10,000 organizations, including universities, professional bodies, immigration authorities, and employers in English-speaking countries like the UK, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, and the USA. CELPIP is primarily available in Canada, but can also be taken in 24 other countries, including the USA, the UK, China, and Japan, with monthly test dates. Check the official website for test center locations. IELTS has over 1,200 centers globally in almost every major international city. Test dates for the computer-delivered format are available almost daily and up to 4 times a month for the paper-delivered format. Both CELPIP and IELTS scores are valid for 2 years from the test date. After that, you'll need to retake the exam to provide up-to-date results. CELPIP offers 2 types of tests. CELPIP General evaluates listening, reading, writing, and speaking skills used for permanent residence applications and professional designations. CELPIP General LS evaluates listening and speaking skills used for citizenship applications and professional designations. IELTS offers 3 types of tests. IELTS Academic, for studying in English-speaking countries or for professional registration. IELTS General Training, for migration to English-speaking countries and training, or study below degree level. And IELTS Life Skills, for UK visas assessing speaking and listening skills only. The CELPIP General Test lasts approximately 3 hours and 10 minutes, including a 10-minute break between the listening and speaking sections. The CELPIP General LS Test, which assesses only listening and speaking, takes around 1 hour and 30 minutes. The IELTS test takes approximately 2 hours and 45 minutes to complete. IELTS Life Skills takes from 16 to 22 minutes. The cost for the CELPIP General Test is $280 Canadian plus taxes where applicable. CELPIP General LS Test costs $195 Canadian plus taxes. The cost of an IELTS test in Canada ranges between $309 to $335. The price for the exam is the same whether you take IELTS General Training or IELTS Academic. There is no separate registration fee or payment processing fee. There is also no late payment fee. In some locations, the test fee is slightly higher. The CELPIP test is scored on a scale of 1 to 12 for each component, with a total score ranging from 1 to 12. The overall score is an average of the 4 component scores. Each element is evaluated based on specific criteria such as pronunciation, vocabulary, grammar, and content. Results are typically available within 4 to 5 calendar days. The IELTS test uses a 9-band scale to measure proficiency levels for each skill and provides an overall band score. The band scores range from 0, non-user, to 9, expert user. Additionally, IELTS delivers a separate score for each section and an overall band score. The scoring criteria assess various aspects including accuracy, fluency, coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range, and task achievement. Results are typically available within 13 calendar days for the paper-based test and 3 to 5 days for the computer-based test. Understanding the differences between IELTS and CELPIP test formats can help you decide which one suits your strengths and preferences better. Here is a detailed comparison of the test formats for both exams. Let's start with listening. The duration of the CELPIP listening is about 47 to 55 minutes. It includes multiple choice questions based on audio recordings, including dialogues, discussions, and news reports. There are typically 6 parts to the listening test. One key point is that you don't see the questions until the recording ends, so you will have to take some notes to answer them after the recording. Now about IELTS. The duration of IELTS listening is 30 minutes plus 10 minutes to transfer answers in the paper-based test. No extra time for the computer-based test. There are 4 sections including conversations and monologues. There are questions that include multiple choice, matching, plan, map, diagram, labeling, form, note, table, flowchart, summary completion, and sentence completion. One key difference with the CELPIP test is that you see the questions before you listen to the recording, so there is no need to take any notes while listening. Now let's move on to reading. The duration of CELPIP reading is about 55 to 60 minutes. There are multiple choice questions based on reading passages including everyday topics, workplace and community context, and more abstract or technical text. There are typically 4 parts to the reading test. What about IELTS? The duration of IELTS reading is 60 minutes. It includes 3 sections, or 4 in the general training version, with increasing difficulty. Questions include multiple choice, identifying information, identifying writer's views or claims, matching information, headings or features, sentence endings, sentence completion, summary, note, table, flowchart completion, and short answer questions. The duration of CELPIP writing is about 53 to 60 minutes. It includes 2 tasks. The first task involves writing an email from 150 to 200 words. The second task is a response to a survey question from 150 to 200 words. The duration of IELTS writing is 60 minutes, and it also includes 2 tasks. In the academic version, task 1 involves describing visual information like graphs, charts, diagrams in at least 150 words. Task 2 is an essay, at least 250 words on a given topic. In the general training version, task 1 involves writing a letter, at least 150 words, and task 2 is an essay, at least 250 words. And the last, but not the least, speaking. The duration of CELPIP speaking is from 15 to 20 minutes. It is computer-based with 8 tasks, including giving advice, talking about a personal experience, describing a scene, making predictions, comparing and persuading, dealing with difficult situations, expressing opinions, and describing an unusual situation. The duration of IELTS speaking is from 11 to 14 minutes. It is face-to-face interview with an examiner. It has 3 parts: an introduction and interview from 4 to 5 minutes, a long turn where you speak for 1 or 2 minutes on a given topic with 1 minute to prepare, and a 2-way discussion from 4 to 5 minutes on more abstract topics related to the long turn. Now, let's look at some key differences between these 2 exams. The first one is delivery method. CELPIP is entirely computer-based, including the speaking section. IELTS offers both paper-based and computer-based options for listening, reading and writing sections, but the speaking section is always face-to-face. Another difference is content and context. CELPIP uses Canadian English and context relevant to Canadian life only. IELTS uses a variety of global English accents and context with a clear distinction between academic and general training versions. Task types. CELPIP focuses on practical and directly applicable tasks to everyday and workplace situations. IELTS has a broader range of task types and can include more academic or abstract content, especially in the academic version. And preparation materials. The CELPIP test, while gaining recognition, doesn't have as many free preparation materials as IELTS. However, you can still find some. The official CELPIP website offers free sample tests for the CELPIP General and CELPIP General LS tests. You can also purchase additional practice tests that simulate the actual test environment. Free webinars and interactive sessions are hosted by CELPIP experts covering various aspects of test. Many of Paragon's test centers offer the CELPIP preparation program and other courses. All this information and practice materials can be found on the official website, the link you will see below. On the other hand, IELTS has abundant free practice materials. You can watch my video with my recommendation for the best IELTS preparation books somewhere over there. Now, which one is easier? Unfortunately, there is no definite answer as to which test is easier, as it largely depends on the individual strengths and preferences. CELPIP might be easier if you prefer typing and computer-based tests, if you are familiar with Canadian English. IELTS might be easier if you prefer writing by hand and face-to-face interaction, and if you are familiar with a variety of English accents. I recommend taking practice tests for both exams to see which one you find more comfortable. My personal choice is IELTS, and this is because of several reasons. The first reason is speaking. I like to communicate with real people and get feedback from them. Now that my voice is being recorded, I start panicking and forget everything I want to say. Second is listening. I need to see the questions before I listen to the recording. It's hard for me to make notes while listening, so every time I need to listen and write simultaneously, I lose the main idea. That's why the CELPIP listening format is not for me. And the third reason is IELTS one skill retake. If you didn't show your full potential on test day in one of the 4 skills, listening, reading, writing, or speaking, you can retake it and save the scores of the skills you are satisfied with. Sounds great, don't you think? I hope this video has helped you understand the similarities and differences between CELPIP and IELTS. If you have any questions or have taken either test and want to share your experience, leave a comment below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more helpful content. Thanks for watching and good luck with your test preparation.